Today, I'm pleased to announce the Federal Reserve Board has approved the core features and functionality based on extensive input from stakeholders. The FedNow design we're announcing today benefited tremendously from industry feedback, including almost 200 comment letters. In addition to the core interbank clearing and settlement functionality that will enable consumers and businesses to send and receive payments through participating banks, FedNow will include features that enhance its usability. We heard loud and clear from stakeholders the primary importance of getting this service to market as quickly as possible. And to meet this goal, we're announcing a phased approach that will enable the FedNow service to get to market expeditiously with a core set of features, and then to expand available features over time in response to changes in technology and market needs. Let me just touch on a few of the key features of the initial service offering. First, we heard strong support for fraud tools to support banks' efforts to mitigate the risk of fraud with instant payments. Accordingly, on implementation, banks will be able to set their parameters that limit transaction activity in FedNow based on their knowledge of their own customers. And as we gain insights from banks' experience with that initial set of fraud tools, we'll explore other ways to fight fraud that may be valuable, including centralized monitoring by the FedNow service. Second, banks told us they want to be able to ensure they have adequate funds in their Federal Reserve accounts on a 24/7 by 365 basis to cover outflows related to instant payments, especially during hours when existing payment services aren't open and funds can't be transferred into Federal Reserve accounts to cover intraday overdrafts. So we will develop a liquidity management tool that allows a participant with excess funds in its Federal Reserve account to transfer funds to another participant who needs the funds on weekends, holidays, and after hours. Moreover, we'll make the liquidity management tool available for instant payments broadly, including to banks that choose not to participate in FedNow. Participants in a private sector instant payment service will be able to use the tool to transfer funds from their Federal Reserve accounts to the joint account that backs settlement in that service. Third, it's important for the FedNow service to be interoperable with the private sector instant payment service to accomplish the goal of nationwide reach. As we've learned from experience with our other payment services, the form and timeline for achieving interoperability depends a lot on the level of commitment and engagement from stakeholders across the industry, including other instant payment settlement service operators, both present and future. In part, to facilitate interoperability, the FedNow design will use the widely accepted ISO 20022 message standard and other industry best practices. To the extent other instant payment services fully adopt the same publicly available, widely accepted standard, this approach would enable interoperability whereby banks can route payments through either the FedNow service or other instant payment services based on the available path to the receiver. This is similar to the approach that is used in payment card transactions, for instance. We're open to collaborating in an alternative form of interoperability whereby messages would be exchanged directly between the FedNow service and the private sector service instant payment operators, similar to the approach used in ACH. Implementing this approach would significantly increase the required level of commitment and active engagement of the private sector instant payment service operators from the outset. In order to minimize time to market, additional features would be introduced in phases after launch. It will be important for FedNow to support alias-based payments that can be sent to a recipient using an alias such as an email address or phone number rather than requiring an account number. But providing this feature securely requires addressing legal, operational, and security challenges that would increase the time to market for the core service.